R&B in 2010, was it good or was it bad? People rant and rave about 90s and early 2000s R&B, but when it comes to the 2010s, it gets a mixed and negative reception. Shoot, people even overlook late 2000s R&B for some odd reason. 2010 was a turning point for R&B. R&B was going down while EDM/dancehop was going up. Hey, I'm Jay, and I'm going to answer that question by reviewing every R&B album released in 2010. Starting off with the very first one released in 2010, Ollusion by Omarion.
I now bring to you my most anticipated album, Ollusion. In stores January 12, 2010.
Omarion's third album, Ollusion, was supported by 3 singles. I Get It In featuring Gucci Mane, Speedin', and Last Night Kinko's, which all appeared on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. The most successful single was I Get It In, which peaked at number 89 on the Hot 100. The album itself peaked at number 19 on the Billboard 200, selling 21,000 copies in its first week. I bet you're wondering, dang, why did the album flop so bad? Well, Omarion became independent and created his own label called Star World Entertainment via EMI Label Services. Previously, he was signed to Columbia, but they dropped him because his collaborative album with Bow Wow called Face Off in 2007 was a commercial disappointment. He considered signing to Timbaland's label, Mosley Music Group, but that fell through, and for a very brief moment, he was a part of Young Money, but that didn't work out either. Ollusion received mixed reviews. I think this Billboard article where they reviewed the album pretty much captured how most critics felt at the time. Like, there was a few highlights, but for the most part, they were pretty much unimpressed, and they didn't really like the album. Personally, I like the album. My favorite songs are Last Night Kinko's, that's the best song on the album. It's super catchy. Beatin', which is his best song vocally on the album, and I wish he went in this direction more. And the last song is Sweet Hangover, and I only like the production more than anything else. I don't really care for the song. Aside from those highlights, there isn't much of this album. To put it simply, it's mid. Omarion's intention with this album was to show his growth. He started rocking a low cut to distance himself from his previous album, and he was inspired by Michael Jackson to step up his artistry, which you can see with his music video for the lead single I Get It In. However, it didn't land. Omarion really needed the label support and the extra bells and whistles to really make this album pop. Without label support, Omarion was left to his own devices, which is why this album didn't age very well, and why Omarion, I feel like, is embarrassed about this album, because if you go to his artist profile on streaming services like Spotify, you will not find the album listed on his catalog. Like, I think he knows himself that, like, yeah, this ain't it, chief, because you cannot find it. You literally have to search it up. If you listen to this album, let me know your thoughts on this album, and what are your thoughts about Omarion during this era. Stay tuned for the next album.